Hi there! Looks like you've got an accounting coming due. This video is the third and final in a set of 3 videos which explain the steps in completing your annual accounting. This video will give you instructions on how to complete the expenses section and how to finalize all accounting actions. For more information on the other steps in the accounting process, see our other videos. Before you begin your accounting, which discusses the steps you should take to prepare for your accounting, and how to complete your accounting Part 1, which discusses how to complete the income section. Now that we've written down all of the funds we've received in the income section, we need to complete the section about how funds were spent. This section can be time-consuming, but we need to get it right in order to ensure that those funds are protected for the use of the beneficiary. There are a couple static categories of common expenses, including sections for room and board or rent, personal use or personal spending allowance, and clothing. Lines H through L are free fields where you can enter free text. Let's start with room and board / rent. These are housing costs. It could be monthly rent, a mortgage payment, assisted living or nursing home costs, or even a monthly payment to an individual for room and board. Complete this by entering the number of months and the amount for the month. For example, if the housing payment is $1,300 per month, enter 12 months at $1,300 per month, making the total $15,600 for total housing costs. If applicable, complete the personal spending and dependent support sections the same way. Other sections include money spent for the year on clothing for the beneficiary, funds spent on entertainment, and other expenses. Make sure you comb through those bank statements and document any expense from the VA funds. Expenses can include utility payments, car payments, auto or home insurance, and any other expenses. This is also where you document any large one-time expense. As a note, make sure you also submit any receipts or additional information, especially for large purchases. If you need additional room, feel free to use the remarks section. There is additional room for remarks on the second page of this form. So now that we've documented all of the income and we've completed documenting all of the expenses, let's make sure the math works out. So here, we've documented receiving $35,412.50 in income and $26,577.36 in expenses. Now we take Section 1, Block I, Income Received, and subtract Section 2, Block M, Money Spent. We come up with $8,835.14 in remaining funds. Enter that number in Section 3, Total Funds Under Management at End of Period. Now, let's take a look at Section 4. Section 4 is where you need to document the balances in all accounts you manage as the fiduciary. These are funds held in financial institutions, funds held through investment firms, savings bonds, and any other funds on deposit for the beneficiary. Items A, B, and C should reflect account balances of checking, savings, and certificates of deposit at the ending date of the accounting period. In this case, we can see that we have $1,278.65 in the checking account and $7,556.49 in the savings account. If you have multiple accounts, combine them here. Document any savings bonds in Section D. There is additional room for savings bonds on page 2 of this form. Here's an important note. If you purchase savings bonds and are listing them here, you must also submit a copy of each savings bond with your accounting. Finally, under Item E, specify any other issues which would impact the total assets, such as outstanding checks. Here's the important part. Item 5, Total Assets, must equal Item 3, Total Funds Under Management at End of Period, from the first column. In this case, if we add the amount in the checking account and the end balance in the savings account, they add up to $8,835.14, which correctly matches item 3. The hard work is done. Sign and date the bottom of page 1 in blocks 7 and 8 in pen to certify that this is a true account of the beneficiary's estate. You must also initial the 2 boxes in block 9, the background information block, on page 2. The first box certifies that, during the accounting period, you have not been convicted of any offense under federal or state law which resulted in imprisonment for more than 1 year, and you understand that the Department of Veterans Affairs may verify your response by obtaining your criminal history report. The second box certifies that, during the accounting period, you did not default on a debt, were not the subject of a collection action by a creditor, did not file bankruptcy, or had any adverse credit information reported to a credit bureau because you were unable to meet personal financial obligations. In addition, you understand that the Department of Veterans Affairs may verify your response by obtaining your credit history. If you are unable to certify one or more boxes in the background information block, please provide a detailed explanation in block 10, the explanation of background information block. If you are reporting any savings bonds, please certify that they are the property of the estate of the beneficiary and in your custody and control by signing and dating the bottom of page 2. Now we can send the accounting to the Fiduciary Hub. Gather up all bank statements, your completed VA Form 21P-4706B, and any other pertinent information, and send all of these items to the Fiduciary Hub. Once the accounting is reviewed, the Fiduciary Hub will either approve or reject the accounting and send you a letter notifying you of the decision. If rejected, pay attention to the information that is requested in the rejection letter. Most of the time, we just need a little bit more information and it's a quick fix. Once approved, you are responsible for sending a copy of the accounting to the beneficiary. Keep copies for your records. Keeping those copies definitely makes it easier to complete all future accountings. If you have questions, feel free to check out more information at benefits.va.gov/fiduciary or call your Fiduciary Hub at 1-888-407-0144. We strive to provide you with outstanding service and assistance. As always, we thank our veterans for their service and their survivors for their sacrifice. We are proud to be serving you here at the Department of Veterans Affairs. Remember to check your letter. Your accounting should be coming due soon. Thanks for watching.